guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Donnie. This is my turn to show you some mistakes sometimes, some cool stuff sometimes. Just hopefully be entertaining along the way there. But so, you know, I think I'm going to work on this here. I've had this Cherry Burl for like 2.5 years. And I got it from a gentleman, a very generous gentleman. We hit it off, you know, when I bought this, and he ended up giving me so many other beautiful pieces of wood, and I'm very grateful for wood turners, man. We're generous. We want to share this stuff, you know. We love doing this stuff, and we want to share it. I think that was the case here. So I've had this for like 2.5 years. Kept making up excuses to not mess with it because I was intimidated. And this other gentleman, though, he said I'm pretty sure he told me he had it for like 18 years. And then before that, who knows? So it's time. This thing's ready. I think I figured out what I want to do with it to maximize. Man, I thought about taking slices. But you never know what's inside this. This thing looks like it's 17 inches wide, 20 inches tall. But once this bark comes off, you might not have near as much. So I think I have a game plan. Spin this guy around, let y'all take a look at it. So. It's a beauty, you know. It's a crotch piece also. So this is going to be incredible, I can tell you. There's a big old split right here though, which doesn't bother me, but I'm telling you, just a cherry crotch piece could have all kinds of figure, and then to have the burl on this side, man, this is going to be nice. So I think I know what I'm going to do. This is 20 inches tall. Wood turning gods, forgive me. But I'm gonna cut this bad boy in half, 10 inches. That way I'll have 2 projects. Even the bottom portion. See, the bottom portion will have more log, and is it less burl? I don't know. But this middle portion will have more burl into this crotch area. So this will be the super special piece. But I think I'm going to cut this bad boy in 10 inches right here. And then I have a bit of a plan from there. It's time though, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this. Alright guys, never let me or anyone else influence you on your safety, your safety habits. Don't do it, if you don't think I'm doing something safe, then don't do it, man. You're a big boy, but I feel confident in what I'm doing. And that lack of confidence is where I will never cross that line if I'm not confident. I'll practice on something small until I become confident. Definitely don't let me influence you on how to cut your Cherry Burl, man. I'm so nervous about this.
Piece found me. Let's see how this works here.
switch to a lower resolution so I'll run my battery down, and plus I'm probably going to fast forward a lot of this. Alright, so I think this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to maximize, you know, how much burl I get. Opposed to just the regular wood over there. Or 14. In fact, I need to decide if I'm going to leave some I could only leave this little tiny bit. See, I'd really just be leaving this little tiny bit here, because the rest of it, that's air. I want to get rid of that. That's already at the edge. Probably gonna take it all off, man. I'm gonna sharpen up. See, I wouldn't mind some windows. Like these would be some windows. But they're too big, you know, all this would not stay attached. So I need to come down. I might end up with two windows here and connect all this right here. See that? We need a land bridge. And then that'll be a window, and that'll be a window. I'm cool with that. That'll be a window at the top. I need to come in more here too to get. I'm gonna start working the bottom a little bit too, and establish a bottom, and then we'll kind of blend it up to see how we're going to capture these windows and so forth. Just past 500 RPMs. Stuff does cut okay, you know, if you got a sharp tool and you got some speed up, that's a pretty smooth cut right there. So I'm trying to decide now, do I want to do a glue block? Because I might want to do a glue block so I don't waste any of this, man. Or I go with my tenon and rim style foot. I'm not sure.
That looks feels like clay. The anti here, more side here. There's my we're playing there. There's just white socks in one. Yeah. This stuff right here. So they know that now. They get a little round. You know, we could move around it off. I'm working on this.
Change my mind again. I'm gonna do a glue block. I was thinking tenon recess. I was thinking recess. I don't know, man. I got a glue block already all ready to go. And I think that will do me some good there. So I'm gonna take this off here. Yeah. We're gonna go with a glue block.
He wants windows. He wants some displays. Bug traps.
That's what it is. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with bug traps. So I guess the clay is just the bug coupe or something, yeah.
Pick some of that. Ready to go.
I think this bowl deserves a recess instead of a glue block. Promise I'm not always looking for the hardest thing, you know, but I gotta do what the thing wants me to do to it. Is that a design feature? Oh, what I did, I forgot I was going in reverse or something. I don't know.
Okay. You loosened it on the one screw. That's why I can't screw it off. Weird.
It's kind of cool right there. Oh man. Time for sanding, right? Again, I'm liking the bug holes, bark inclusions. I don't want that for every piece. I sure do like it on this piece. Don't really like this crack right here. I might do something with that.
I'm gonna let this soak for like 20 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna come out and spin this bad boy and see if anything comes flying out of it, and then let it cure up overnight from there. Come out, start on it again tomorrow, I guess. Digging it, bro. Digging it.
All right. Never how to do it, only how I do it. This is how I'm gonna do it.
Interesting.
Oh shit. And I'm not wrenching down on it real hard. I think I'm just gonna like periodically check it and make sure it stays right there.
Alright, so now she's in there. It's coming up. Hoping that would not happen here, actually. Have to do this the hard way. Oh, come on.
There.
Oh, now I gotta get this thing out.
Alright, so this should be running pretty true. Let's see what we can do here. No tailstock support. Man, I'm at 550. Pretty good vibration around 7. I don't think I'll turn past that. I'm gonna run it like 550. Super sharp bowl gouge. Probably sharpen 10 times, while hollowing this bad boy out. But slow and steady will win the race on this one, man. This one looks good. Ooh. It is silky smooth as well. Alright, let me get set up. like to keep a parabolic shape right here in the tip. I don't want to get too squared off or anything. That's just me though. Alright. Might be pretty good right there. Spinning at 551 and just get a feel for what this is going to be like. I'm being extra cautious around this lip right here, the corner, because I'm not sure what I want to do right there quite yet. I'm going to get an idea of thickness and certain other things first. I think I'll just take a look at this thing. So I think what I'll do, thickness wise, I'm looking at these bark inclusions here, like there, these are all pretty consistent, and then this would give me my window. See, that's pretty, but like right here, you know, I would end up coming ½ inch thick, which I don't want to leave this too thick. I see it way too often, man. I get it though, you get scared that these things could fly apart and you don't want to waste any of this beautiful wood, but don't leave them too thick, you know. I would even use resin or different things to stabilize it if I had to. Yeah, I wouldn't want it too thick. You know, I'm gonna get back to turning. I'm just gonna, I might cry a little bit turning away some of this burl. I do not have a coring rig. Like I say, I've been sitting on this stuff for like 2.5 years, and it was time. I still have plenty more for other projects, but I got to get into this thing. I'm going to turn my fans and dust collectors and stuff on too, so mask, you know, you guys probably won't hear much from me here. Wow. It gets tear out like epoxy. Feels like epoxy, like it just explodes. scares the hell out of me when it blows out like that. Yeah, I need to go a little thinner though. I want this to be a window. Sometimes I'll gauge it like this with the piece spinning and almost did, and I realized probably not a good idea. Not on this piece. So I'm getting close to my wall thickness all the way down to here. Actually, I'm trying to just work it as I go. I got a lot of cleaning up to do though. I'm a little nervous about it. Good, not too bad. See, I don't think I'll scrape this. My lip is a little fatter than right here. I mean, like slightly. I can feel it though. Well, I don't think the lip. I don't want this too thick, but with this window right here, I think. Bowl gouge. I don't want this piece right here any thinner. I don't know. Let's keep going. Alright, here's something different. I'm trying to become a content creator, right? So I'm starting to realize I can dumb down my camera sometimes. Like right now, I just went from 4K down to the 1080 because I'm probably going to fast forward this next part, and then I'm going to reserve my computing capability and all that kind of stuff, the 4K stuff for close-ups and different. I'm going to start being more conscientious about that sort of thing. This little jig is handy, y'all. I'm telling you, I don't even really know what I'm doing. Kinda, I'm getting there. But this thing, just keeps you consistent. That's the key. Once you figure out, I'm liking this 55-degree bevel right here, sweat back profile. Key is being consistent with your setup every time. Same stuff. I just try to make sure everything's symmetrical, parabolic, meaning it's not just a half a circle, it's half an oval. This seems to be the profile I'm learning on, we'll see. Oh yeah, so I think I'm liking this. Just like whatever distance I can do this without moving my palm, and then I'll just relocate my palm. Yeah, let's try this out. So I really wouldn't call that a shear scrape, but I'm just experimenting with the cut. And I'm getting pretty thin right there. I don't want to go any thinner. I might go a smidge more on the bottom, possibly. Yeah, maybe just a smidge more, like right through here. Tiny bit. here's my like sanding setup here. A little homemade tripod looking thing. Got a dust collector that goes over up the wall. And I have this air scrubber right above me here. But the dust collector goes up in there. I don't know if you can see that. And then over here, got the addict fan. That fan is clutch. I can set temperatures. I just have it on right now. It sucks dust out. But I can set temperatures for it to kick on and off. I can set humidity, because this will become my kiln. You can see all my, I got wood, all kinds. Alright guys, just like on the outside, on the inside I sanded. On this one I started at 100 and then sanded to infinity. I mean, I literally sanded to like 800 and steel wool, all kinds of stuff. I would use abrasive paste if I could, if there wasn't so many voids and stuff. But right now we're ready for the money shot right here, guys. This is your 100% tung oil cut with a citrus solvent. So this way the solvent will evaporate and leave the tung oil deep inside the wood. Oh, shit. Alright, so let's see what this is going to do. Man, oh man. Interesting. Boy, that looks good right there. She's drinking it up too. Soaking that up. I'm gonna hit it with the brush in there also though. She's definitely thirsty. Let me get it on the one more on the outside as well while I'm here. It looks like I'm making a mess, but actually I am. I do want this oil to penetrate every little nook and cranny though. So I'm going to put a few coats on this thing. let it set for like 45 minutes probably. Wipe it off, you know, and then wait a little while longer, put more coats. I might even be doing this for the next day or so, really. I should. I'll bring you back when I'm all finished up though. Take a closer look at this thing.